जन की दूर जन के चरण बस में नहीं संग पुनीता ते ही हो कृपान नानक सुख नानक सुखी जप हर लगो इस जुग में सुखियत है सो जप हर
I will already tell her to give him a sword, an actual 5-foot sword.
Oh, that truck, that's what I was sitting. The guy was going
No problem doing it. See,
Here's my real one. I'll take my picture.
Hold up!
Mine too, yo. He's mad small, right?
No!
Hey, Matt! Matthew! Matt! I need you and John. John, come. John! Guys, come here.
the honor to have him back again. Thank you. We still remember when he came. Yep. Well, you can get.
I appreciate from my art management and the Holy Sat Sangat of the Sikh Culture Society, Richmond Hill. First of all, I request to the President of Mr. Harpreet Singh Ji Toor, they will introduce Mr. Michael to the Holy Sat Sangat. President Mr. Harpreet Singh Ji Toor.
ਸਤਿਕਾਰਯੋਗ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾ ਕੇ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਈਏ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮੈਂ ਮਾਫੀ ਚਾਹਾਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਹੈ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਭ ਜਾਣੂ ਹੋ। Mr. Mayor Michael Bloomberg, we are so happy, we are so excited to have you here. We still haven't forgotten that when we had the fire at our temple, you took out time from your busy schedule to come in, visit, and share with us the pain which we were having at that time when we lost our building, which used to be a Methodist church, which was constructed about 100 years ago. And we are preserving some part of that building for the future generations also. We are also thankful to you by coming here on a Vaisakhi, the day when the Sikhs were baptized as a nation. You have make us feel like that we are as much part of New York City as anybody else. Even though when one of our Sikh gentlemen was refused to serve an NYPD because of the turban, but your visit today here solidifies our belief that within your administration, even before you go for your next election, we will have the laws amended where the Sikhs can serve proudly, whether it is NYPD or any other department. Now, I will ask our honored, our beloved Mayor Michael Bloomberg to come to the stage. We'll first honor him, and then we'll request him to share your thoughts with us. Please.
Bole Sonia!
This is the biggest honor within the Sikh community, which we have honored you, and believe it or not, you have become another Sikh here today. Please.
Thank you. Sat Sri Akal. Thank you for inviting me to join you for Vasakli. On behalf of the 8 million people of New York City, let me wish all of you, both members of our city's Sikh community and also those of you who live outside our city but worship here, a very happy and prosperous New Year. We've had some problems in balancing our city's budget, so believe me, I want a new year. I'm with you. Though we are of different faiths, we are all New Yorkers, residents of the world's most international city. New York's greatest strength is that anyone from any place on the globe can find freedom and opportunity here. Today, almost 40% of New Yorkers are people who have come here from other lands. That includes the approximately 20,000 Sikhs who live in Richmond Hill and neighboring communities. We benefit tremendously from your hard work, talent, and desire to create better lives for yourselves and your families. For more than 100 years, Sikhs have contributed tremendously to the cultural, social, and economic vitality of our nation and our city. And this city has always respected the right of each person to practice his or her faith free of intimidation or discrimination. That is a value our city shares with everyone who follows the Sikh faith, which is well known for the importance that it places on the equality of all people and respect for all religions. You should know that more than 100 years before the American Declaration of Independence, that was in the 1600s, the people of the town of Flushing, right here in Queens, took a public stand for religious freedom. They sent a letter to Peter Stuyvesant, the governor of New Amsterdam, as New York was called in those days, reminding him that the law of love, peace, and liberty covered people of every faith. That was the spirit of the people of New Amsterdam in the year 1657, and it is the law in New York today. So as long as I am mayor, you may rest assured that that law will be enforced. We will not tolerate any illegal or disrespectful acts directed against any people, communities, businesses, or houses of worship. Every New Yorker has a right to work, attend school, and practice his or her faith free of harassment and discrimination. If any such acts take place, Just pick up the phone and call 311. They will connect you to our police department and they will know what to do. Also, the city's Human Rights Commission and the city's Office of Immigrant Affairs are now doing a citywide survey trying to document instances of discrimination against people of Middle Eastern and South Asian heritage, including Sikhs. From that, we hope to learn where such incidents have occurred, and we will use that information to combat and prevent further discrimination, you may rest assured. The United States, as everybody knows, is now engaged in a war fighting for the freedom of the people of Iraq. And as we do, we will honor our own democratic heritage as well and ensure that the freedoms of all New Yorkers are also safeguarded. A little over a year ago, I was here, last March, when you had this terrible fire next door. It destroyed the Richmond Hill Temple, the largest Gurdwara on the East Coast. It was devastating. You had a library of 15,000 books and only 50 survived. Perhaps the only blessing was the fact that the 24 or so people who were in the temple when the fire started escaped. But this community is resilient. You are true New Yorkers, and that means that just like our city, you will overcome this setback and come back stronger than ever. In a few days, Jews in New York and around the world will celebrate Passover. Jews have always ended the ritual dinner celebrating Passover with the phrase, "Next year in Jerusalem." It is a reminder to always look forward to celebrating better days in the future. And in that spirit, I'm confident that there will be better days ahead for New York's Sikh community. And I hope that when the Vaisakhi comes again next year, you will be well on your way to rebuilding an even larger and more beautiful temple here in Richmond Hill. I look forward to that day. Hopefully you will invite me back then. And I wanted to thank everybody for inviting me to this wonderful occasion. Once again, to all of you, Happy New Year. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bole Sonia. Now I request to Mr. Sulakhan Singh, Chairman of the Sikh Culture Society, he will convey his message.
Honorable Mayor Mr. Bloomberg, we are very much thankful to you. You spared your time, came here and joined us on this 304th birthday of our Sikhs. And I hope in future when we require you, you will be among with us. And I assure you, whenever we have the celebration of our Gurdwara, when we start our Gurdwara, we will definitely invite you, and I hope you will join us. Thank you very much.
Now I request to Mr. Inderjeet Singh Ji, Councilman. I request Mr. Inderjeet Singh, he will introduce with 2-3 men more, but they will stand and that's it. Mr. Inderjeet Singh.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Mr. Mayor, dear Sadh Sangat, today is really a historic occasion when the Mayor of New York has come here to meet with the congregation and to join with us in celebrating Vaisakhi. Mr. Mayor, you are leading a historic path in which this community joins with you. As you know, like the Jews, we are people of the book. This book, the Granth Sahib, is the only religious book which includes the writings of people who were not Sikhs. We join with you in principle. We join you because we believe that you are doing what's right, and we empower you with that kirpan. That's a real sword which should give you the power to do what's right, and especially to work with people in Albany and anywhere else to do the best for this city, whether it's new revenues or whatever else we need. The Sikh community stands behind you to make sure that when people come to your office, I hope you would have this kirpan in your office to point it out to them that unless they do what you want them to do, you've got another option. So with that, we welcome you again, and I hope you'll be here. Now, in the meantime, I want to point out some people in our community who have gone beyond the call of duty to serve this community. There are people who have volunteered of their time. They have given of their resources to make sure that this community stays together. I mean, certainly there are people who are part of the management of this temple, but there are people who are members of some of the neighboring temples. We are all part of the same community. And at the same time, we have been joined by Reverend Kirk, who is from one of the churches in Brooklyn. And we are very happy to have him here because we share the same love for our country and for our city. Now, I want to there is always a danger when you point people out who have served the community, because you're going to leave out more people than you are going to include. But I want to say that everyone who is here has given of everything that they have, and it's whether it's big or small, it's been done from their heart and from their devotion. And in your presence, I want to acknowledge all of them. Thank you very much for being here, and your staff has been very helpful and very encouraging, and you should be proud of the people that you have around you. Thank you very much.
दास ਸਰਬੱਤ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਦੀ ਵਧਾਈ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਥੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਣ ਦੀ ਵੀ ਵਧਾਈ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਇਹ ਬੜੀ ਪੋਜ਼ਿਟਿਵ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਦਿਵਸ ਡੇ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਹੈ, ਉੱਥੇ ਬਲੂਮਬਰਗ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕੀਤਾ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਗੱਲੋਂ ਵਧਾਈ ਦੇ ਪਾਤਰ ਹੋ। ਇਹ ਰੈਕਡ ਅੱਜ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਦੇ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਾਜ਼ਰੀ ਭਰ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਆਖਿਆ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਗੱਲੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਧਾਈ ਦੇ ਪਾਤਰ ਹੋ। ਹੁਣ ਮੇਅਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਾਣਗੇ, ਮਗਰ ਜੋ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਫੋਰਸ ਆਈ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲੀ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਰੂਡੀ and all the officers of the policemen, I appreciate them. They cooperated with us lot of times, but especially Mr. Rudy. He is mixing with us lot of time. He know our customs, everything. Therefore, I request, मैं सारी साध संगत ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸੰਗਤ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਸੱਜੀ ਰਵੇ। ਜਦੋਂ ਮੇਅਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾਣਗੇ, ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਬੈਠਣਾ ਹੈ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋ, ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਬੈਠੇ ਰਹੋ। ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਉੱਠ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋਨਿਹਾਲ। ਸੋ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਭਾਈ ਗੁਰਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਮਨਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਉਹ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Okay,
ਆਪੇ ਗੁਰ ਚੇਲਾ ਆਪੇ ਗੁਰ ਚੇਲਾ ਆਪੇ ਗੁਰ ਚੇਲਾ ਵਾਹ ਵਾਹ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਆਪੇ ਗੁਰ ਚੇਲਾ ਆਪੇ ਗੁਰ ਚੇਲਾ ਆਪੇ ਗੁਰ ਚੇਲਾ ਆਪੇ ਗੁਰ ਚੇਲਾ
Thank you.
Thank you, please. Let it go.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਜੀ ਕਰ ਜਪੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਸਰ ਜਪੋ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ
ਵਾਰੀ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਓ
तेरे नाम की जी तेरे नाम की तेरे नाम की तेरे नाम की ਹਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਮੁਖ ਨਾਮ ਦਿਆ ਪਾਪ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਰ ਹਰ ਪਤਨ ਕਾਟੇ ਮੁਕਤ ਪਏ ਪਤਨ ਕਾਟੇ ਮੁਕਤ ਪਏ
ਉਧਰ ਪਾਉ ਨਾਲ ਵਰਤਾਈਓ
ਪਾਪ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਰ ਹਰ ਪਤਨ ਕਾਟੇ ਪਾਓ
प्रसाद जी प्रसाद जी प्रसाद जी
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਗੁਣਦਾਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਨ ਮੇਲਾ ਸਾਰੀ ਬਾਜੀ ਦੀ
अमृत सवार हो हर रंग पीवो अमृत सवार हो हर रंग पीवो अमृत सवार हो हर रंग पीवो अमृत सवार हो हर रंग वाहिगुरु जी वाहिगुरु 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 जी वाहिगुरु 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 जी सच्ची बाणी भाई अमृत नाम निधान मिल पीवे भाई अमृत नाम निधान पर्वत दी पीवे अमृत नाम निधान है मिल पीवे भाई अमृत नाम निधान है मिल पीवे भाई अमृत नाम निदान है मिल पीवे भाई अमृत नाम निदान है मिल अमृत नाम निदान है मिल पीवे भाई अमृत नाम निदान है मिल पीवे भाई वाहिगुरु 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 जी वाहिगुरु 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 जी वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु जी राम श्री वाहिगुरु जी रत राम श्री भैया जिस सिमरत सुख पाया जिस सिमरत सुख पाया जिस सिमरत सुख पाया हर साध जाई अमृत नाम
Gimana itu sekarang? Wah, itu gimana? Wah, gue dari sini tangan mana?
The word Vaheguru means, Vahe means wonderful, Guru means the Lord. There is only one universal God in the world. Your God and the Sikh God is the same. There is only one God. And the Sikh say Vaheguru, Vaheguru, which means wonderful is the Lord. Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Vaheguru.
Can you give me a little something?
Tulsa, mighty, mighty Tulsa. Everywhere we go, people wanna know who we are. So we tell them we are mighty, mighty Tulsa. Everywhere we go, people wanna know who we are. So we tell them we are mighty, mighty Tulsa. Everywhere we go, people wanna know who we are. So we tell them we are mighty, mighty Tulsa.
Make sure you get my head in there.
Keep going, keep going.
ਪਤਾ ਕਰੇ ਵਾਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ
ਵਧੀਆ ਮਤਲਬ ਸੀਗਾ
Watch your backs, guys.
Very nice. Classic. Very classically fashion.
But his dad is just like him.
Okay, how would you put the L?
Oh, actually, you have a large. No.
The second one. Yeah, that one. I like this. I saw it before we walked in. I was like, this is great. Thank you.
ਰਿਚਮੈਂਡ ਹਿੱਲ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਕ ਸੱਜਣ ਮਾਇਆ ਭੇਜਦੇ ਨੇ 20 ਦਮੜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਬਾਬਾ ਮੱਖਣ ਸ਼ਾਹ ਲਵਾਣੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਕ ਸੱਜਣ ਮਾਇਆ ਭੇਟ ਘਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਪਹੁੰਚੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਮਾਇਆ ਭੇਟੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਕ ਸੱਜਣ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਹਲੈਸ਼ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਔਰ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਕ
from which includes the 5 articles of faith that Sikhs wear: unshorn hair, a small wooden comb for the hair, a steel bracelet which signifies a reality with no beginning and no end, a ceremonial sword indicative of resolve and commitment to justice, and knee-length undershorts in keeping with the disciplined lifestyle of a Sikh. Guru Gobind Singh proclaimed a formal code of conduct that forbids adultery and promiscuous sexual behavior, use of drugs and intoxicants, cutting of hair from any part of the one's body, female infanticide and consumption of sacrificial meat. Hair being sacred was to be kept covered at all times. This required wearing of turbans and scarves, which are also sign of sovereignty. We are happy, we are glad to know that on 7th April, the New York State Assembly passed a resolution in which Sikhs can wear a turban. They can work with the turban in the New York State. And other states also will follow, I think, after that. And so we'll be able to work with our turban, and whatever profession is there, we can do with the turban. Sat Sri Akal. So now I hand over the stage to our General Secretary, Mr. Jagir Singh. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਰੂਪ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀਓ, ਆਪ ਨੂੰ 16ਵੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਡੇ ਪਰੇਡ ਦੀ ਲੱਖ ਲੱਖ ਮੁਬਾਰਕ ਹੋਵੇ। ਆਪਣਾ ਕੀਮਤੀ ਸਮਾਂ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਇਸ ਸਥਾਨ ਤੇ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਮਯਾਬ ਕੀਤਾ। ਆਪ ਵਧਾਈ ਦੇ ਪਾਤਰ ਹੋ। ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਚੀਫ ਗੈਸਟ ਆਏ ਹਨ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ 2-4 ਮਿੰਟ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਆਣਗੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਰੱਖਣਗੇ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਡੈਨੀਅਲ ਰੈਡੀ, ਸਟੇਟ ਸੈਕਟਰੀ ਆਫ ਗਵਰਨਰ, ਮਿਸਟਰ ਪਟਾਕੀ, they will come on the stage. Before that, Mr. Sulakhan Singh, chairman of my Gurdwara of Sikh Culture Society, they will introduce to them, and they will, after that, they will come to the stage. Mr. Sulakhan Singh.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Honorable Randy A. Daniels, I thank you very much. You came here and joined us today on our 16th annual day parade. Mr. Randy A. Daniels was appointed New York State Secretary of State by Governor George E. Pataki on April 12, 2001, and was unanimously confirmed by the New York Senate on April 24, 2001. From December 1990 to April 2001, Secretary Daniels was Senior Vice President of Kenyon Johnson Urban Fund, California. From 1995 to 99, he served under Governor Pataki as Senior Vice President and Deputy Commissioner of Economic Revitalization at the Empire State Development Corporation. In 1997, George Pataki nominated Mr. Daniels to the State University of New York Board of Trustees, and he served there also as a chairman of the investment committee. Secretary Daniels started his career as a reporter for WBUN Radio in Chicago from 1970 to 72. From 1972 to 77, he was correspondent for CBS News in Chicago, and from 1977 to 1980 in Kenya. Secretary Daniels has extensive experience in journalism. He was press secretary to the Prime Minister of Bahamas from 1988 to 1992. I wish he rises more and more in the coming near future. Thank you very much. Now I request Mr. Daniel to come and speak a few words.
Thank you.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. Waheguru Ji Ki Fatah. My brothers and sisters of the Sikh community, isn't this a beautiful day? It's a beautiful day, and God has truly blessed all of us. We in America are a united people, and in New York in particular, the reason that we are a strong city, a resilient city, is because every generation of New York is enriched and blessed with immigration from other countries, which make her a bigger, stronger, richer, and smarter city. And the Sikh community continues to contribute to the growth and the long-term stability and development of our city. And we thank you and we honor you on this, the 16th annual Sikh Day, the day of their creation. My brothers and sisters, these are difficult times, but out of difficulty comes opportunity. And the one thing that we all have learned during these difficult times is that if we stick together as Americans, as all kind of Americans, then there is no one who can stop the march of liberty and freedom that we all cherish. I know the contribution you make. We know the contribution that you make to this city. And we know that the Sikh community loves America and stands united with all Americans. And we stand with you. My brothers and sisters, on behalf of Governor Pataki and the people of the state of New York, we extend congratulations to you on this very special day. I also wish to acknowledge some of my friends who invited me here today to join you. Mr. Sulikan Singh, Mr. Jagir Singh, Mr. Jaswinder Singh Multani, Ampek Singh Khalsa, and H.S. Babu. I thank you all for inviting me here today. Again, God bless you all. God bless the Sikh community, and God bless America. Thank you.
So, I request to the God gave more promotion to Mr. Daniel, more and more promotion. The time will come, then there will be a governor of this New York State. I hope so. God bless us that when the time will come, that they are a governor of New York State. I hope so. God bless him. Thus, I request to Mr. Sulikan Singh, he will. So I will request to Mr. Mr. Harpreet Singh Toor, he will introduce to Mr. Matthew. I will request to Mr. Harpreet Singh Toor, he will introduce to Mr. Brian and Mr. Harpreet Singh Toor, President of Sikh Center or Sikh Culture Society, Richmond Hill.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਕੀ ਗੱਲ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨੋਂ ਹਟ ਗਿਆ ਜਾਂ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਈ? ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ 16ਵੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਡੇ ਪਰੇਡ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਲੱਖ ਲੱਖ ਵਧਾਈ ਹੋਵੇ। ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਦੋ ਤਿੰਨ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ। ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਾਸ ਬੋਲੂਗਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। We are honored to have Randy Daniels, Brian McLaughlin, John Liu, Matthew Doss, and Gary Hughes from Nassau County to join us today on this beautiful day for the 16th annual Sikh Day Parade. I remember last year it did rain, but we still had a couple of people here, and the prominent among them was Matthew Doss. He is a friend, and so is Brian McLaughlin. In the New York State Assembly, after we had the problem with the NYPD regarding the turban to have the people enrolled in NYPD, a bill was introduced which was co-sponsored by Brian McLaughlin, and he promised us that that bill will be passed come what may. That's the beauty of this country, that they let you practice your religion the way you want it, as long as we obey the laws which are written, and we can ask whatever does not suit us to change it, and if it is legitimate, they will change it. First, I will ask Brian McLaughlin to come to the stage, share his thoughts, and some future things which are coming in our way through his efforts, so that he himself can tell us what's coming here. Brian McLaughlin.
Thank you very much. Wahi Guruji ke Khalsa, Wahi Guruji ki Fateh. Thank you very much, my good friend Harpreet Singh Tour, to all the reverend clergy who are here, to all of my friends from the Sikh community, those I represent, and the many I've had the opportunity to meet in recent months. It's my pleasure to be here today to join with my distinguished colleagues in government, the Honorable Randy Daniels, you'll hear from John Liu, and to join with Matthew and Gary here today as well, paying tribute to you and your families in the Sikh community. I want to be brief, but I just want to share these thoughts. I think the Secretary of State did a great job at pointing out our values as Americans, the values you as Sikhs treasure, the values you celebrate today. But I want to join with him and my colleagues in government in saying that's simply not enough for us to be here today. I articulate on many occasions that my grandfather came here from County Cavan, Ireland, but he came here for the same reasons as you and your forefathers, to fight for and to work toward a better life for yourselves and your families. Part of that is celebrating our rich heritage, our religious and our cultural values. And in order to do that and to move the ball up the field, you need to have government leaders and friends in the community who recognize what those values are, to remove the obstacles so that you can enjoy the fruits of America, that you could grow and blossom and celebrate in your workplaces and the communities you call home. So I'm happy to join here today with so many leaders and saying that we celebrate that rich heritage, your cultural values today, and that we're going to work towards some of the goals that have been outlined, not just in the legislature, removing barriers so that you can move forward and celebrate your religious and cultural values, but to welcome you as neighbors, to welcome you as Americans, to lock arms with you, and to work in the days and the months and the years ahead to celebrate the fruits of the American dream together. Thank you and God bless you all. I look forward to being back with you on many more occasions. Thank you and God bless you all.
You know, sometimes I wonder when we talk about having elected Sikhs, you know, when we talk about having the first Sikh in assembly, I think we already have a Sikh in assembly when we have Brian McLaughlin in there. The only thing we need to do is put up a turban on his head and convince him to grow the beard, then we are fine. Now I will ask our chairman, Mr. Sulakhan Singh, to honor Danny Randall, please. Now, I would like request Brian McLaughlin also, please come forward so that we can honor him too.
So, I request to Mr. Matthew Dawes, the TLC Commissioner, he will come on the stage and convey his message. Mr. Matthew Dawes.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'm just going to take 2 minutes here, even though he's going to confirm it, because he's the person who has the pen. Remember that, that's mightier than the sword. We are about to implement the long demand for the taxi drivers, that they will be allowed to go on the city street with the kirpan soon. And there is one more very happy thing, this is a great day. He promised us that soon he will have a Sikh in the advisory committee also for the Taxi and Limousine Commission. Well, I would like him, please share, and we really do appreciate what he is doing for us. Mr. Matthew Dawes, the Commissioner.
Sat Shri Akal! Sat Shri Akal! Sat Shri Akal! That's much better. Okay. I think I have to disagree with you, Harpreet, because I don't know. Last time I visited the Richmond Hill Gurdwara, I got a beautiful big kirpan, and that's a lot mightier than a pen, if you ask me. Well, Happy New Year, everyone, all the members of the Sikh community, and happy birthday to the Khalsa. This is your 16th annual parade, and it's like kind of a sweet 16. Sat Shri Akal. This is like your sweet 16th birthday. Last year it was raining, but everybody was out here in spirit, and many of you know, and it's certainly a privilege for me to be here to represent Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who unfortunately could not be here today because of all the budget issues, but we did get him to visit the Gurdwara on Monday, and I'm here to report that he had a great time, and it was a very enlightening experience for him. And as we celebrate Vaisakhi, may happiness and blessing surround you, and that blessing comes not only from your fellow New Yorkers, but from City Hall, from the TLC, and from Mayor Michael Bloomberg. May your spirit be awakened. On Monday, and this is very, very important, because on Monday, the mayor visited the temple. And the temple is still there. Even though it's not physically there, it's there in spirit. And as we all know, New Yorkers and Americans and people from all over the country get together whenever there's a tragedy. Unfortunately, on 9/11, we saw such a tragedy. But people became closer together, including members of the Sikh community. In March 2000, when the Sikh Gurdwara burned to the ground, it was a terrible tragedy, it was a terrible day for all Sikh Americans and for all Sikhs around the world. This Gurdwara, however, still stands. It is there in spirit, and just like all New Yorkers in the time of a tragedy come together and rally together and become closer Not only has the Sikh community become closer together after that Gurdwara had burned down, but I believe that all of you have become closer to all the people in this city. And really, this religion is a wonderful religion, and the more we all learn about it, the more that I see that the example that you set as a people and as a culture is an example that all people should follow throughout the world. On Monday, the mayor was privileged to get a very, very big kirpan, which he'd like to thank you for that gift. It's going to come in handy for him one day. But today, the mayor has asked me to come and deliver a gift to the Sikh community. I'd like to ask that we deliver a proclamation to Harpreet Singh Taur on behalf of the Gurdwara and the entire community, and Lali and all of our friends. And I don't want to name names because I don't want to leave everybody out. Oh, there you are. Yeah, hang on. And Harpreet is going to read at some point the entire proclamation. But to build on, I'm going to pick a portion of the proclamation which is the most important part. Whereas on behalf of Honorable Mayor Michael Bloomberg in the City of New York, the members of the Sikh religion have become an integral part of New York City. By sharing their culture with all our residents, they have helped our city become, and will keep it, the capital of the world. The annual Sikh Day Parade is an opportunity for New Yorkers to celebrate Sikh culture and to recognize the contributions of the Sikh community to our city. Now therefore, on behalf of Mayor Michael Bloomberg, Mayor of the City of New York, in recognition of this important annual event, do hereby proclaim Saturday, April 19th, 2003, in the City of New York as Sikh Parade Day. Congratulations and Sat Shri Akal. Sat Shri Akal, and thank you for this.
So, ek bibi aayi hai mere sade te stage de kol khadi hai. I request him to come to the stage and share his view with the public, Mr. Matthew Dowles.
Thank you. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'm so pleased to be back once again to celebrate the honor, the pride, the accomplishments of Sikh Americans. This city, New York City, is the capital of the world, and it would be not so great without the contributions of Sikh New Yorkers. And it's so important for all of you to be out here today to tell that to New York, to tell that to America. The honor that I have to represent and be your voice at City Hall extends from making sure that all of our children have good schools to get an education from, to making sure that our seniors are taken care of, to making sure that no one is discriminated in gaining employment, whether it be in the New York Police Department or in a taxi cab, and to make sure that the City of New York does not engage in this horrible federal practice of this ongoing registration that has taken place. I think this is a very important moment for Sikh Americans and for all of America. It's a defining moment for this country, and you are helping define what this country is all about. Thank you very much for inviting me. I look forward to seeing all of you. Some of my friends from Flushing, like Harjinder Dugal, like Mohinder Taneja, and I look forward to working for you to improve our entire community. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
So मैं बेनती करा कि चेयरमैन सरदार सुलखन सिंह ते प्रधान हरप्रीत सिंह जी तूर तो अपनी मिस्टर जॉन लू नू मुटैटो देंगे बोले सोनिया सो मैं बेनती करा मिस्टर कैरी है गु नहीं बस
So I introduce Mr. Gary A. Hughes. He is a councilman of town of Hempstead, Long Island. Town of Hempstead is the biggest town of the United States. And with Gary Hughes, Mr. Bruce Helmers is present. He is a representative of the Republican Party. So I welcome Mr. Bruce, and also I request Mr. Gary A. Hughes to introduce with the public and share his views. Mr. Gary Hughes.
Sat Sri Akal. Best wishes to all of you in celebration of this joyous day. Thank you for the generous invitation that allows me to be here today, to travel here from Long Island, from the town of Hempstead. I know that many of you do not only live in the 5 boroughs, but live on Long Island, where I have the pleasure to represent many of you. These are difficult times for our country today, but we join hands together as one. But we must join together as one, not just today, but every day of the year. These are trying times that we face as a country, and we must work together in one common goal as partners. Partners in our schools so that our children can play together without prejudice, in a learning environment that will enable them to be successful, productive members of society. We must be partners in our communities, looking to improve our local neighborhoods so that we can continue to live side by side in peace, in harmony, and understanding, no matter where you come from. Partners in peace, under one God, with one purpose. These are goals that are easily attainable. These are goals that must be reached so that we can move forward as one people in a positive way into a future which will be filled with peace and happiness for all of you. I bring greetings to you from Supervisor Kate Murray and the entire town at the town of Hempstead on Long Island, the largest township in the United States. Greetings to all of you, and enjoy the beautiful day, and may every day be as beautiful as this for you.
ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਚੇਅਰਮੈਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਉਹ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਗੈਰੀ ਹਿਊਡ ਨੂੰ ਮੋਟੋ ਦੇਣਗੇ। ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋਨਿਹਾ। ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂ
आइया मैं शरण तिहारी अपनी चरनी ला आइया मैं शरण तिहारी अपनी चरनी ला कृपा करो दीन के दाते गुण गुण नात्या मेरा मालिक तू पालक तू मेरा मालिक तू पालक तू मेरी लाज रखो आज आप गुरु साहिब तू सतगुर तू मेरा ईश्वर तू मेरा वाहेगुरु तू खैर मंगी जो पाने चोड़ी मैं खाली ना जावा खैर मंगी जो पाने चोड़ी मैं खाली ना जावा नाम तेरे दी ओट तार के शुभ ही कर्म कमावा मेरा कर्म भी तू धर्म भी तू मेरा कर्म भी तू धर्म भी तू मेरी लाज रखो आज आप गुरु साहिब तू सतगुर तू मेरा ईश्वर तू मेरा वाहेगुरु तू मेरा सुख भी तू मेरा चैन भी तू मेरा साहिब तू मेरा सतगुर तू मेरा ईश्वर तू मेरा वाहेगुरु तू सोनेहाल सत श्री अकाल शुक्रिया मेहरबानी बाकी शाम ਨੂੰ ਟਾਊਨ ਹਾਲ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
What are your views about today and about the Sikh culture parade today? How does it affect you?
Well, it was very good to see all the people together over here in this park. Like every year it happens, but this year it was a little bit different. All the people were together and no fighting like every year, you know, they fight at the stage and all over. It was good to see everybody together.
What's the best thing?
Well, best thing, I don't know what to say about best thing. Everything is good, you know. Like, I don't know. I mean, what do you mean by best thing?
Like, what is the best thing that you enjoyed when you come here? When you come here, you enjoy seeing everybody together, the families, everybody having to come as Sikhs, everybody having to unite today.
Yeah, it looked like everybody, like in this kind of time, what's going on with America right now, all the war thing and everything, you know, everybody's together, still together, and everybody's praying for good to happen. Whatever happened, it happened good, and that's all, you know. Everybody's together to say the good things and pray to God for good.
Well, thank you.
All right.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਿਛਲੇ 7 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵੀਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਬੇਸ਼ੱਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੇ ਹਾਂ ਪਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਡਾ ਕਲਚਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਡਾ ਰਿਲੀਜਨ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਪਤਾ ਚੱਲਦਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਖਾਲਸਾ ਪੰਥ ਹੈਗਾ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਣਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਵੀਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਲ ਖੜੇ ਆ, ਭੈਣ ਭਰਾ ਬੰਦੇ ਸਾਰੇ। ਬਸ ਆਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ, ਅੱਗੀ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਉਣ ਲੱਗੀ ਆ, ਮੈਸੇਜ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ ਇੱਕ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਰਹੋ, ਜਾਤ ਪਰਾਤ ਕੋਈ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਪਾਓ। ਅਸੀਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸੈਨਾ ਦੇ ਸਿਪਾਹੀ ਆ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
ਬਹੁਤ ਮਿਹਰਬਾਨੀ।
I mean, everybody's traditional. Everybody keeps their religion real. You know, they go to Gurdwara, they pray, they go to school, and everybody just, you know, they want to. They're Sikhs. They show it. They represent, and that's it. You know.
Religion as in a Sikh woman, how has that affected you from today and from your parents' views?
I personally find it very difficult for a woman to find her place in her Sikhism religion, because where my parents been born from India and raised there, I have a lot of conflict with them. I'll be like, you know, why should I do this, or kyun edda kyun nahi hai? My parents don't have an answer for that. I'm like, in America you learn about individualism, and in India you learn about family is the way to go, but that also conflicts even in school. So my personal goal for my religion is to spread the word, let people know, because when I go to school, people are like, oh, what religion you from? I'll be like, I'm Sikhism. They're like, what? I'll be like, and then I go explaining, they're like, wow, you know, there is a lot of things. I think what we really need to do as a community is spread the word that we're Sikhism, not you know, Muslim or Hindu or etc, etc, etc. We need to show them who we are, not just in our Indian newspapers. We need to do it in New York Times or Newsday, and go to many, you know, publicize ourselves, because we don't do that personally. A lot of
back to womenism, how has this affected you as in being a woman and trying to keep your religion and still being liberated to yourself?
Well, that's a very difficult step. I mean, I'm my third year in college. I find myself very difficult. I'm struggling. You could call me confused Desi if you want. That's why I'm going to. But a lot of Desi girls are confused because they don't know where to go. It's like one side is pulling them, like, you know, be American. The other side is pulling them, oh, be traditional, be, you know, don't date guys, be a virgin, etc., etc. That, you know, you're like, which way to choose? So you have to choose your own. I mean, it's up to a girl to choose what she should, and she should be the one to go. If she wants to go clubbing or date a guy, she should have this choice. I mean, nobody should be doing anything.
And basically, what would you say to a remark like that comes to a woman now, thinking your father is right behind you?
I mean, I really don't pay attention to those kind of guys, because I know where they're coming from and what they want from me. I hell not will give them anything. And secondly, those kind of type of guys, they need to do their own thing. They got their own thing going, fine by me. But I got my thing going, so I'm in one direction, and that my goal is somewhere else. And whoever tries to conflicts me, and that's it.
All right.
And rolling.
Okay.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਅੱਜ ਬੜਾ ਮਹਾਨ ਦਿਨ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਰੇਡ, ਸਿੱਖ ਪਰੇਡ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਵਿਸਾਖੀ ਦਾ ਦਿਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ 1699 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਾ ਕੇ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਇੱਕਮਿਕ ਹੋਣ ਦਾ ਸੰਦੇਸ਼ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਔਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਪੰਗਤ ਦਾ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਲੰਗਰ ਚਲਾਇਆ, ਇਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਦੌਲਤ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਦੀ ਪਰੰਪਰਾ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਰੀ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਔਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੇਵਸ ਜਾਂ ਹੋਮਲੈਸ ਪੀਪਲ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਲੰਗਰ ਅਸਲ 'ਚ ਇਹੀ ਮਕਸਦ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਲੰਗਰ ਚਲਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲੀ ਜਾਂ ਇੱਕਮਿਕ ਹੋਣ ਦਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੌਕਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਰੇ ਗਰੀਬ ਅਮੀਰ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕ ਸਕਣ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
It belongs to our culture, and we show a lot of like unity here, and a lot of colorful turbans where you can see a lot of Sikhs going around, and like they are like celebrating a function called Vaisakhi. It's one of the festivals which is like which is in India, where like when the wheat is harvested, they celebrate that, and that's why we have this parade. And also it says about what Sikhism is, and what we believe in, what kind of religion it is, because a lot of people in America, they don't know what Sikh religion is all about. We try to display a lot of stuff here, and we try to do the best we can here. That's what I would like to say here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, this tradition of langar was initially started for bringing up an end to the system of casteism, because in India, the caste of touchability, untouchability was a lot. So Guru Gobind Singh started this tradition to bring an end to that tradition of untouchability, because a lot of people are considered untouchable. They are not allowed to go to the certain wells to get water. They are not allowed to go to the certain areas for worship. So Guru Gobind Singh started this custom, and every person, no matter to which caste or to which social level he belongs, he was supposed to sit at the ground, not to stand, not to dine at the tables, just sit at the grounds equally, no matter to which religion, to which caste he belongs, and sit there and eat. Whether he is a king or whether he is a poor beggar, everyone was supposed to sit equally. So this custom or tradition of langar was initially started to bring an end to that evil of untouchability. That's it.
Sikh woman, I'm constantly challenged with my beliefs in today's society, and I find that my parents have brought me up in a certain way where my culture is inside of me, it's instilled in me, and so I take into effect the American side of me and the Sikh Indian side of me, and it's really important to stay true to your beliefs and stay true to yourself, and I find that as a challenge that I'm overcoming today, and I see with my friends. And it helps to have a community of friends that grew up together, Sikh together, go to Gurdwara together, go to school together. And it's really important to have that